So, whenever I start talking about how integral intuition and instincts are to our safeguarding, I often get some feedback by people who want to tell me that we are somehow evolved past what they term to be our lower or baser instincts. But the fact of the matter is that if we disregard our instincts and intuitions about danger, that is always going to put us at a safeguarding disadvantage. And it behooves those who are in power, whether political power or corporate power, to get us to believe that we are past these instincts. That way, they can bypass them, hijacking our instincts in order to get us to do what they want. And I'm going to give you an example right here.
In order to be kind, we have to shut down that animal instinct and force our brain to travel a different pathway. Empathy and compassion are evolved states of being. They require the mental capacity to step past our most primal urges.
So that is JB Pitzker in the video. He is speaking at the commencement of Northwestern University. These are recent college graduates, and he is trying to get them to believe this, that somehow being kind is somehow an evolved state of being, and that kindness is more important and more valuable than being in our instincts. Now, the Pitzkers have a foundation. They are one of the largest donors to all kinds of trans ideology organizations like WPATH. They fund university research into transhumanism and gender, and they try to profligate this. So, and this is the narrative that we see. We see this by the ACLU. We see it by Amnesty International, this idea that kindness is better than recognizing what we see in front of us. It's kinder to use a man's quote unquote preferred pronouns than it is to call him a man, to say he, him. It is kinder to pretend that men are unsafe and they can come into our bathrooms and that it is women's responsibility to keep them safe. So this notion that kindness is more important than staying grounded in our instincts, that's part of this whole ideology. And I want to say, one, integrity matters. And two, I want to say that this is ultimately what is called an empathy trap, because empathy itself is an instinct. Empathy and compassion are not higher moral states of mind. Empathy and compassion are our instincts. When you see someone fall and you go, ooh, that is an empathetic wince response. You are responding to them empathetically. That is a response that happens pre-cognitive thought. That is an instinct. Empathy is an instinct. But here he is trying to hijack the empathy instinct so that we will, again, disregard and bypass our other instincts, the instincts that keep us safe, the instincts that tell us that is a male. Every animal in the animal kingdom knows who the male of the species are. This is very important information to keep the females safe and to keep the young safe. So disregarding this information necessarily puts us at a disadvantage. The sex recognition instinct is one of the most important safeguarding instincts that all animals have, including humans. And humans are the only animals on the planet that are telling their young and teaching their young to disregard this instinct. All other species on the planet are teaching their young to stay grounded in their adaptive instincts. The job of parents in the animal kingdom is to teach their young to better and better hone their instincts, to be more responsive to their instincts, not less. So that's the way that humans keep ourselves safe too. We're not better than our instincts. We still need our instincts just as much as ever, if not more, because we are constantly bombarded with marketing, advertising, glamour magazines, fashion, these cultural notions which take us out of our instincts. these things disrupt our ability to listen to our instincts. And if anything, because of our amazing ability, our amazing cognitive abilities, because of this, it is even more important to be able to listen in, check in with our bodies, check in with our intuition, check in with our instincts, and be able to be responsive to them, because all of these concepts and abstract ideas that we have floating around cause a mental disruption that often separates us from our ability to be responsive. So they are even more important than ever, in my opinion. Please keep following me for more information about this. I'm never gonna get tired of talking about this. Have a good day.